What's up, everybody? I'm back with another TMI Tuesday, and this time I'm here with a special guest.
Hey!
This is my friend Kalyn. If you guys haven't already seen her channel, you're missing out on life because she makes probably some of the best content on YouTube.
Thanks! Woo! I know, this has been so overdue.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, long time coming.
TMI stands for Too Much Information, and it's where you guys ask us questions. So, I've gone to Twitter, and here are our questions.
I'm ready.
Okay, first one is from Maddie Claremont. What was your most awkward experience with a guy and or partner? It's a good question.
Oh, so this is straight TMI,
All
okay.
straight TMI. One of my worst first dates was really, really awkward. I went to the movies with a guy, and I went in kind of one of those group date situations. You know the deal in high school.
God.
And so I went to the theater, and I sat down, and he chose to not sit with me. He went and sat with his friends. And that was our date.
Oh my god, no.
It was so awkward. And afterwards it was like, I don't even want to talk to you because you chose to not even be with me.
That's horrible.
It was awful.
So it was a group date, but he took the group too seriously. The group part of the date way too seriously.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It was awful.
That's terrible. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to think of on the spot, but mine, you sparked a memory for me. Was my first date ever was in high school, and it was also to the movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't a group date, mind you, but we went and we didn't know each other like that well.
Yeah.
And his dad drove us, so we didn't talk on the drive there. Then we get to the movies. Like, don't go to the movies on a first date. It's a terrible idea because then you're sitting there watching a movie and you also can't talk. So he just like sat there awkwardly and like tried to hold my hand, and I was like, oh my god, this is so, yeah, it was like this, and it's like, I don't even know you. And then afterwards his dad picked us up and he was there right away, and so it was just like we honestly went on like a 3-hour date without saying like more than 5 words to each other.
That's horrible. I remember the parents driving though. I broke up with somebody and his mom had to come pick him up afterwards. It was awful.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
His mom dropped him off at my house, and then we went for a walk, and I broke up with him on the walk, and then we walked back to my house. He was crying and had his mom pick him up. I felt so awful. Andy Bentz is asking, what are your favorite kinds of videos to film and why? I love this.
I feel like for me it takes on a given day. Like sometimes you feel so inspired to sit down and just like talk about something that's like
close to your heart.
Close to your heart. You know, mental health, coffee talks, TMI Tuesdays, things like that. And then other days you get these wicked ideas of a new way to film a routine, or like you want to show off a couple of outfits you had that day. So it's just like, I mean, it all depends. My favorite are ones that are more cut and dry, that I can play around with the editing more.
Yeah.
Sit down and talk videos are great when I feel like I have something to say, but I prefer to edit and play around with like the music and the editing of like vlogs. Actually, you know what? Vlogs.
Vlogs are
my favorite.
Hilariously fun.
Yeah, they're so fun. What about you?
I would probably say vlogs as well. I know, Bentley, I know, I love it so much.
It just keeps popping up in these videos. Like, I'm still here.
Oh, I love it so much. Lola would never let you pick her up on the first time meeting her.
Really?
By the way, like, she's the kind of chihuahua that's like, I love you, but like from afar, and then she gets to know you, and then
just trust issues.
But like, I can't believe you're like letting me just manhandle you.
Anyone that will give him attention.
You're a prince. Yeah, I definitely would say vlogs. I love everything about them. I love how raw they are. I love that you can be creative with it. I do really enjoy doing a little bit more like higher production videos. One of my favorite videos that I've done in the past year was my morning routine video. It was so much fun. Like I filmed it on so many different cameras with like steady cams and this and that. It's super fun. The only thing is it's so high intensive that it's difficult to film by yourself, and I'm sure you've had this issue.
Oh my god.
It's just like, what do I do? And you want
like trying to get the focus, and then you want movement, but you can't create movement without somebody else, so you have to get super creative.
And then you work with somebody else, and they might not translate what's in your head, and you're just like, oh my gosh. I think that prevents me from doing a lot of videos that I want to do, because I feel like I know that there's a better way to do it, and I don't want to half-ass it, so I just don't end up doing it, because I'm a perfectionist
my actual life. Yes.
So,
I would do so many more higher production videos if I had someone to help me film that knew what I was thinking.
Get inside my brain and clone me.
The worst is when you do get somebody to film it for you and you're going through the footage and you're like, this is so bad.
It's awful. Or it's unfocused and you're like, it's the perfect shot. All you had to do was focus it. Like,
it's so true.
Yeah, I've totally been there. But
the other nice thing about vlogs too is it's like, they're kind of like little video memories that you can look back on later on in life. Trips I've gone on, I'll go back and watch them some nights and just be like, those were the good days.
Like, I did that. Yeah,
that was great.
I love that. I think it is so cool to have a visual diary of you growing up. And realistically, like, we're in our early 20s. Like, to see yourself change that much in that amount of time is so cool. And like, you can show your kids that one day if you have kids, and like, holy cow, it's weird to share your life in that type of like personal, intimate way, but I don't regret it for a second, because it's so cool on a personal level, and even to share with friends and family. Like for me, living so far away from home, it was incredible to share what I was doing in such like a nicely edited little package of like, hey, check it out. What is something that you wish you knew about mental health when you were a teenager?
I think one thing I wish I'd known about mental health when I was a teenager is that there's nothing wrong with you. Because I feel like the biggest thing when you're younger, especially, is that you think it's something wrong with you, and you almost trick yourself into thinking that you're also being dramatic.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm over analyzing, or I'm being too dramatic about the way I feel. Like nothing's actually physically wrong with me, so why am I feeling this way? Totally. And you think that there's something like completely wrong with you, or that no one's gonna like understand. And so I feel like if I knew that, and I also knew how many people actually deal with it and hide it so well, I wouldn't have felt so alone in it.
Absolutely. I think I was thinking about this when I was writing it, because I wanted your take on that.
Yeah.
When we were talking in San Francisco about social anxiety, or having that kind of awkward feeling, I always thought, I wish that I'd known earlier that it's not all about me. Everyone else feels the exact same way.
Exactly.
All the time. Everyone's more concerned about what they're doing than the other person. And so you're so worried analyzing what you're doing, going, oh my gosh, I'm the only person feeling this way.
It's so true. You walk into a room and you're like, what is everyone thinking of me?
Totally.
When meanwhile, like,
everyone else is
a
doing
lot of
the
the
same
times,
thing.
like, other people aren't even thinking about you. They're thinking about what they're thinking about them. Yeah. So everyone's just walking in, like, so afraid.
Totally.
And I also think, too, it's important, especially with social anxiety. Someone wrote this on my video the other day, and I really liked it, where they were like, I walk into a room and I used to like wonder, does everybody like me? And now I walk into a room and I wonder, do I like everybody around me? So it's like one of those things too, that flip it in your head, like, whose opinion are you really holding true? Like, do you like you? Because if that's the case, then
all that matters.
That's where you start, right? That's where like your self-assurance, and like you can easily like put a little lid on your anxiety when you're like, you know what, no, I feel good right now, so I'm not gonna even tempt these ideas or these thoughts. I'm just gonna enjoy my time and realize that, like you said, it's not all about me. Like,
don't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, just don't jump. The rabbit hole's sitting there and it's like taunting you in, but don't jump.
Adele, she's asking, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Canada. I don't think I'll ever leave Canada. I really don't. I love Canada. So basically, if I didn't live in Toronto, I'd probably move to Vancouver.
Come play. I honestly would live in Vancouver. I'm already living there. It's wonderful. I'm so happy to be there. I love it. I couldn't imagine moving anywhere else, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
Realistically, I would stay in BC though, if I did move. I've experienced that. I've experienced living in other places in the world. Australia was somewhere where I really genuinely wanted to live my entire life, and once I did it, I kind of felt like, yeah, cool, like, I've already done that.
Like, you checked it off, but you always go home. Like, you always want to go home, right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever leave Canada. Canada's the best.
Pretty good country.
And I love Toronto. I'm a big supporter of Toronto, but I do like the mountains, so I'll give you BC.
You gotta come play. Emma Elizabeth is asking, how do you feel about the current state of vlogging or Insta marketing and the industry, evolving or oversaturated or too corporate? You're interested to hear. I mean, I think that this kind of somewhat relates. I've been really interested to see what YouTube has been demonetizing. I feel like that's been such an odd thing, especially for being on YouTube for such a long time. It is, you know, tomorrow's my 7 years on YouTube.
Oh my god, congrats!
Thanks, I am an OG. But, you know, like, the industry has changed so much in the past 7 years, and to see why some channels are getting hit really hard on this and some aren't, it's been really crazy to see how that's changed over the years. And even just, like, the mark of, this wasn't a job, you know, 7 to 10 years ago. Like, you couldn't make money doing this, and now to be able to actually make a living doing this, it's really insane to see how that's kind of arced and changed.
It's true.
But
yeah.
I think the demonetization thing is definitely something that everyone has started to see and started to deal with. Recently, I noticed that Philip DeFranco tweeted something about the incident in Las Vegas, about how Casey Neistat wanted to do a video and donate all of his AdSense money towards the victims, which I thought, that's awesome. Like,
that's
what a
really
great
cool.
idea.
That's awesome.
YouTube demonetized that because it was talking about an act of terror, yet Jimmy Kimmel talking about it, even just as graphic, didn't get demonetized.
Because Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube, he uploaded it? Oh, wow.
And so that makes me think, like, is YouTube favoring actual
like,
celebrities rather than the creators?
Yeah.
Totally.
And he was going to do something good with that.
Absolutely. So it's such a weird space now. I feel like it's changed so much, and it's continuing to change, and nobody kind of knows what way it's going to go, and or if it has a future, or
I mean, it's so unpredictable. I was even just saying the other day, like, I was discussing all of these types of things and like all the new things that you have to think about now with YouTube that you never used to have to think about before. And I didn't even realize how much I meant it until I said it, where I was like, God, I just missed like 2 or 3 years ago where I was just coming up with a video, uploading it, and nobody was telling me like, you have to do this, you have to make your thumbnails look like this. And I don't really play into that stuff. And I personally don't think YouTube is oversaturated in the sense that I think every single person that uploads any sort of content online is an individual in themselves, and it's up to the person that's watching if they decide to oversaturate themselves or not. Like, I watch maybe like 3 people and call it a day. But there is room for everyone, and I think everybody has, if you have something to give to the world, like why not? You're creating. It's all about creating, and I think everybody on this planet is a creator. But I agree with you. I feel like it's kind of it's a little unreassuring to not know where it's all going. And
that's it. And when you're relying on it for a job, like it's just changed the scape of how you deal with it. Because like you're saying, you don't want to play into it, and I feel like my channel's a lot of that. But on the flip side, it still is your income, and you still get hit from things.
Like I refuse to play into clickbait, because one of my biggest pet peeves is when I see a video and I'm like, oh cool, and I click it, and then the part of the title was like 2 seconds of the video.
The worst.
And I was actually at Playlist Live this year, and she was like a manager of a pretty big channel. She was like, your thumbnails are terrible, like you need to change your thumbnails, you need to do this, you need to make your titles clickbait. And I didn't get into it with her, but I was like, I refuse to clickbait. And she was like, what, you think you're just better than everyone? And I was like, no, I just genuinely don't believe in that. And if that means my videos get less hits, then they get less hits. But I'd rather do that than cheat people, you know?
Totally.
So it's just funny, so hard.
Like with clickbait, even noticing how titles and videos used to be lowercase and now it's all in capitals.
Everything is screamed. I mean, I do that sometimes too, but it's like, you know what I mean? Fall Apartments or Kalyn Nicholson. Like, it's so.
Yeah, but that's like, that differentiates like your title with your name. Or
it's
like,
true, yeah.
But like, it's just full on like, I caught him doing something. And
yeah,
like,
and then the thumbnail's like.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. I'm not really keen on those. Only time I like those though is when it's cleverly done.
Yes.
If it's funny, or if it's like, I see what you did there. Like,
or if it's actually like the main like chunk of the video, then I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're talking.
But when it's like a 2-second chunk of a 20-minute video, I'm like,
come on. You know what? You can get more creative. That's what I think.
Exactly.
You could be more creative. Let your content speak for you. But yes, I think that was a wonderful question. I think there is so many different perspectives and people chiming in on this right now because it is such a prevalent thing in our industry.
It is.
But who knows? Who knows how that's going to change? Mike Z is asking, what is your favorite movie for Halloween? You're probably a better person to answer this than me because I don't really.
I mean, there's like corny, and then you don't go hard on Halloween.
I should. Okay, I love dressing up, but I don't necessarily like dressing up spooky, and like, I like going weird, like Shambhala weird. Like, let me be like the most random being in the world wearing random non-matching things. That's
I like
my
that.
Dressing up.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Halloween, but there's so many categories of Halloween. Like, are we talking spook? Did he say spooky, or did he say just like Halloween?
Halloween, anything.
Okay, Halloween Towns are the classics. Like, if you're gonna go like Kitty, you gotta go like Halloween Town. Or the Scream movies. I feel like the Scream movies will always be a favorite of mine because they're so corny, and they're like, I love that they're like filmed in the 90s. Like, they're so good. Yeah, it's like good old school, like growing up when you were a kid. It was like, if you got to watch Scream, like you were like, your parents didn't know you're being babysat and you're like putting Scream on. It terrified me actually. For the longest time, when I'd go to movie theaters, I wouldn't put my back on the back because the one scene in Scream, I think it's the second one where the guy stabs her from the back in the movie theater. So for the longest time, I'd go to the movies and I'd be like, I'm not leaning back. It's not gonna happen to me.
How would you avoid being killed in like a Scream movie? Because I feel like being a blonde, we're the token first one to be dead.
True, but I feel like in all scary movies, what they always do is they don't leave the house. Like, the minute someone calls, the minute something happens, don't go towards the action. Go away from the action. Leave the house, go to your neighbors, run down the street. Like,
keep your phone on you.
Yeah, use your, like, it's just, I mean, odds are I probably would be one of the first dead, but it would be at least I would die running away from the issue, not towards the issue,
Absolutely.
You know?
Totally.
What about you? Do you have any scary movies?
I don't watch scary movies. I think there's enough horror in the world that I can't deal with doing that in my free time. I appreciate the like adrenaline rush, and I understand why people like it, but I've just never been a horror fan.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know.
What about like, do you like The Nightmare Before Christmas? I feel like that would be your wheelhouse.
Yeah, like I like that kind of stuff.
Weird.
But like anything that's like cartoony and or like Disney and or like I'm okay with that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know.
I feel like you would like the Halloween Towns. They're just like...
I need to watch that. And I need to watch Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus is so good too, yeah. I haven't seen that in so long.
I gotta watch it. I want to know what's a show that you repeatedly binge watch.
Oh god, okay. How I Met Your Mother,
yes.
Friends. Oh, there's so many. Gilmore Girls.
Of course. Grey's Anatomy for me.
Grey's Anatomy. I just started rewatching. Did you watch a new episode? There was one last night.
Okay, I'm rewatching. I'm currently in season 4 and I'm just like... I'm ready. I'm so
Grey's
ready
Anatomy.
to cry.
So good. Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows though that you like they have such a moral to each episode that it actually like hits home for you each time. It's so well done.
I'm emotionally exhausted every time I watch it.
Yes, like you're watching and you're like, how do I relate to this? I'm not a doctor, but yes, I get it.
Yeah, beautiful writing. So good. But you know, I say exact same ones.
Yeah.
I love
especially Friends. I'm rewatching Friends right now.
It's so good, isn't it?
Oh my god, I finished an episode and then I'm like, suddenly I want to wear like high-waisted pants and like a cropped shirt and like wear my hair like Rachel. Like such a good show.
I love it. I just enjoy Phoebe so much. Like I think more so as an adult than ever as a child. Like I'll watch her and I'm just like, she's just got it going on.
She does. Her one-liners or even just like some of the things she does that when you're a kid you're like, oh, Phoebe's weird, and then you watch it back now and you're like, wow, she was like the most like woke out of all of them, even though she seems dumb. She's actually so spiritually woke. It's kind of hilarious.
Well, even Joey, you look at like his character arc, he's such a kind guy.
Yeah,
you really don't notice it as a kid. You're like, oh, he's just the stupid goofy one.
He's like the goofy guy.
He's genuinely the only genuine guy that's not playing people and not being a dick. Like
he's just so honest. He's so true.
One.
Him and Phoebe were like very true with themselves, which is what made them so cool.
Top 5 bands you listen to in your grade 11 year.
Grade 11. Okay. Like artists and bands?
Yeah.
Okay, so grade 11 was the peak of my Taylor Swift obsession.
Okay.
My whole bedroom was Taylor Swift and I'm not proud of it.
Did you wear your hair curly like her?
Every day. Every day. I corkscrewed my hair like every single day. So Taylor Swift. I also loved Drake in 2011. That was like his best album.
Okay.
So Drake... Ooh, this is hard. It's hard to think back. I'm like, ooh.
Like, wait a second, time frame. I try and like liken it to like different relationships or periods at that time because I can then think back of like, for me it would probably be, I know Bentley. I think it would probably be like Motion City soundtrack, Yellow Card, Blink-182.
Yellow Card.
How good is Yellow Card?
Yellow Card, that's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
Oh, Bentley, you just want to pipe in. How sweet is he, by the way? I'm so sorry,
He's just like
Lola.
trying to steal all of our attention.
I'm cheating on you, Lola. He's a handsome little guy. But yeah, I think that was more my jam, is like very like punk rock, emotional, like My Chemical Romance, like all that kind of shit. That was really me. Though I will say I did have a Taylor Swift moment.
Yes, you did.
12-string guitar.
Yes, you did.
We were just talking about that. I was complimenting her guitar and she's like, I really wanted a Taylor Swift guitar. And
I did.
I've been there.
I got that guitar in 2011, actually.
That's so good.
Yeah.
There you go. That is all the questions for TMI Tuesday today. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
For having
I'm so
me.
happy that
I'm glad we finally got this done.
Please come to Vancouver so we can film like
a
out
new,
and about
content. We'll do high produced.
I'll
film yours, you'll film mine.
That'll be amazing. But I want to take you on a food tour.
Yes, that'd be sick.
I was telling you guys this. I want to do like videos of my favorite places to eat or my favorite spots to go to. I would love if you joined me on my vegan food tour.
Okay, yes, and the next time you're in Toronto, I'll take you on one here.
Please.
That would be dope.
Gosh,
that would be so sick.
So good.
Yes.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in my next video very soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Lots of love. Bye!
Bye!